is taking a lot from you, but it is also giving you a lot. At the moments that you don't feel good, that you feel depressed, you can always escape into it. I feel honored because Zagreb, it's a festival which a really big name and a big tradition, and it is nice that they made such a big promotion of it, that many people from abroad are sending me congratulations. I feel as a queen. I enjoy the most to make my characters alive, and they don't need to run, they don't need to jump or to fight. I'm more interested to show what is happening inside their minds and their hearts. There is so much inspiration in normal daily life around you, and it depends on your point of view that you can get inspiration just behind the corner if you look around. I like to communicate with the audience. It doesn't mean that I want to please them with everything, but I like to be understood. They can have a different interpretations, which always happens. Sometimes it is quite surprising to hear that my film is about something which I didn't intend to put in it, but very often I agree, because I think that as a creator, as an artist, a really big part of your work is unconscious. And I also think that if there would be things which I have seen around, or if what I experience by myself, that there is a chance that those people also felt something similar, that these films will talk to them because there is some common experience. I like to work with the producers, not to make films by myself. As an artist, for me, it's difficult to estimate if this will resonate with the public. In shorts, it is more free because there is not such a pressure. They don't tell you that much because you can be more personal in short films. And in this feature film, which I have done and which I am preparing now, I'm really thankful for them. They are important for me to have them because I see only with a feature film, I always see only the segment of it, and they can see an entire piece. And also, of course, that feature film, you just don't want to risk that much in terms that it is a very expensive thing. So you need work of many people for a long time. It's important to hear their feedback and also their some guidance sometimes. In Prague, they were houses of a cultural house of Russia, of Poland, of Yugoslav. So my biggest influence were animation film from these countries. And I especially loved Yuri Norstein for his melancholy and mastership in each aspect. Then big inspiration was Zbigniew Rybczynski, and especially the film Tango. I think that Tango is maybe responsible for my love for having the music in the film, but maybe the biggest inspiration comes from Zagreb Film Studio. And it is Satimania from Zdenko Gasparovic. This is like my idol, whom I always try to achieve something like Satimania. Animation in Czech Republic and Eastern European countries has a really long tradition. Actually, they were golden times for our animation. It was not just in Czech Republic, it was the same in Poland, in Yugoslavia, in Russia, because they were big state studios with enough money. And also, so we had opportunities to work. We had much easier start to life, to my professional career than the students now. Another thing is that either animation or short documentaries were shown before the long film at the cinemas. So there was somehow the market for it. In the 90s, it started to change, and the big studios, they stopped existing. They didn't exist anymore. There were 10 years where me and a couple of my colleagues in Czech Republic who kept making films, we didn't know where we will shoot it, or we didn't know where we will edit it. We were like orphans. Our big house of a state studio, Krátký film Praha, didn't exist, but we somehow survive it. It is just a pity that there was many professionals, very good animators, either in 2D drawn animation or in puppet animation, who just had to change their professions. I'm also the teacher, and I see that how important is that they are meeting, that our students are meeting students who are studying producing, and usually already at the school they form the teams, and then they continue, because this motivation is very important. When you would be offered, hey, there is a chance to direct a feature live-action film, probably all of you would say yes, because us animators, we are on the lowest level of the building or in the basement. Then above us is a documentary film, but the basement, it's a live-action film with stars, with publicity, with actors, with the big cinemas, but with the publicity, which also means that people know about films. And us in the third basement, we make beautiful things, but public doesn't know that much about it. I like to be alone in my room, not to be disturbed, and to make my own decisions. If you are just with your animated characters, you are their creator. You are also the actor, because you are acting. You are moving these characters. You are also costume designer. You are also director of photography, because you are deciding about angles. And suddenly in live action film, you have people who are doing it. And I felt that I don't have to be there. And also I wanted to treat the actors as puppets. I wanted them to, because I knew exactly what I want that they would be doing, and they didn't like it. They were protesting because, of course, they have their own intuition of interpretation, how to do it. And so it was very difficult on my first film. It was much easier on the second film, where I understood that I can give them freedom. Maybe I have learned something how to talk to the actors, because I still need their voices. Actually, also in the film My Son and Matt, it is in animation, but they are realistic acting. So then I think that maybe this experience from live action somehow influenced this. Immediately in the moment that we finished My Son and Matt, we knew that we want to make another film, from simple reason, because you can be longer with your character. You can develop more her or his character, and also to stay longer with the audience. You have more space, you have more time. This is a film which we still are developing. The name is Night Tram, and the main character is a tram driver, who is kind of character from my short film Tram. Her name is Božena now. She didn't need a name in a short film, but now she is Božena. Her problem are not her sexual fantasies, but her problem is aging. She used to be the best driver in the city, and now she is fired and she has to transform to the new role. And at the same time, there is a story of her grandchild, who is like a mirror of Božena. Božena is getting old, and Helenka, the grandchild, she is going to puberty. And she also doesn't feel comfortable in her role, in her body. Of course, that we all know that we are not getting young, that we are getting older, but it is the state that you are not so much looking forward. It is always very difficult to speak about something seriously. So this is why I make, when I'm trying to make my films funny, because then I'm not afraid to speak about death, about aging, about sex. So, funny film about aging, about continuity on life, about transformation.